Today we have a very special snow day edition of Cooking with Kyle. We're going to be making some French toast today. This needs milk, vanilla, cinnamon, bread, and eggs according to the recipe that I found online. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to crack an egg into our bowl. One-handed egg crack. That wasn't very good. Got a little piece of shell in there. Okay, then we're gonna take 1 teaspoon of cinnamon. Okay, so I've dipped out my 1 teaspoon of cinnamon. Next, we're gonna take 1/2 of a teaspoon of vanilla. If I can get it open with one hand. Yep, there we go. Now, this is a teaspoon, and I'm just going to reuse it so I have less dishes to do. So I'm only going to fill it up about halfway. Okay, about there. And then there's our vanilla in there. And then lastly, we have, it says 1/4 of a cup of milk. And I'm using 1% milk because that's what I drink. And I'm not going to measure this. I'm just going to say, that's 1/4 of a cup. And then we're going to get a fork and we're going to beat these eggs together. So come over here to the fork drawer. And I said these eggs, but this is just 1 egg. And some cinnamon. Seems like a lot of cinnamon, but it's what the recipe calls for. Okay, you guys, well, I screwed that up. It says 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract and 1/2 teaspoon of cinnamon. So that means now, I guess, we're just gonna double this recipe. So if I'm gonna double this recipe, and I've already put in 1/2, and I need 2 total because it was supposed to be a full, I'm gonna put in another 1.5 of vanilla. So there's 1. And here's my 1/2 to make it 2 full teaspoons of vanilla. Because we're supposed to have 1/2 and we were supposed to have 1/2 of cinnamon, and I did 1. And so we need to add another egg. So another one-handed egg crack, which is a little bit worse than the first one was. But anyway. So now we'll beat this together. Probably should add a little bit more milk too, because I added approximately 1/4 of a cup, and if I'm doubling it, 1/4 plus 1/4 is 1/2. So I need to add another 1/4 of a cup of milk. And my milk's about gone, but that's probably about 1/4 of a cup. And now I'll finish beating that together. Okay, so I've turned my skillet, or my griddle here, onto medium heat. And I'm gonna lightly grease this, because that's what it says to do. Sure, good enough. Because I don't want my, let's get a little bit right there. Don't want my egg sticking to this. Now, here's my egg mixture, and to me it looks almost like chocolate milk, but I have a feeling that if I were to drink this, it would not taste like chocolate milk. All right, so I've taken my fork out and laid it on my one of my 3 spoon holders that I got after I put out a plea in one of these videos that I didn't have any spoon holders. And so I'm gonna just lightly coat this bread on both sides with my egg mixture. Oh, can you hear that? It says my laundry's done. And then I'm going to put it over here. Hopefully not drip too much, because then that's more the clean up, on my griddle. And then we'll go to the next piece. Now this would be a little bit easier if I wasn't holding the camera, because I could have a wet hand and a dry hand. That's what you're supposed to do when you have stuff that you dip in other stuff. So let's move that a little closer. There we go. Oh no, it ripped. It's because I let it sit there too long. Oh my, this one is just getting destroyed. I've let it get too soaked up in the egg mixture. Oh my goodness, we're gonna have to. This one is a total, complete failure. Oh my goodness, that is just soppy grossness. Well, that guy is just gonna go right over here into the trash can. So I guess it's a good thing we doubled our recipe because we had to throw one away. All right, so we're gonna try this guy again. Now, see, that original recipe said that this amount would do 4 slices of bread. See, and that one's not even covered all the way. See if we can. Yeah, I don't know what's going to happen with that guy. But anyway, I don't think we were going to ever get 4 slices of bread out of one batch because I doubled it and only got 2 slices. Okay, 3. I threw that one away, and that one was probably like 4 because it soaked up twice as much. So, yeah. So let's let this cook on one side for a little bit. I'm going to kind of clean up my area here, and then we'll be back. Okay, so I've cleaned up the dishes. These have been going on medium heat, and I'm going to now attempt to flip these over. Look at that. Look at that. Hear that? Ooh, that looks wonderful. That one does. Let's see what this one looks like. Whoops. Oh, that one doesn't look too bad either. Looks pretty good. So now I'm going to let it cook on that side, and then we're going to prepare to plate it. All right. Now, one thing that's very important to remember when cooking anything like this on the stove is that the second side never takes as long as the first side does. So I've got my plating area set up over here, and I've got me a glass of milk and some syrup because you can't have French toast without syrup. And I'm going to take these slices over here. And I'm only using a pot holder instead of my hand because I'm using my one hand to hold the... That looks pretty good. Let's flip it back over because I like that side better. And this is the one, remember, that didn't have enough egg to coat that one corner up here. So up here, this little corner on this side is almost just like, you know, regular toast. But again, I think I like that side better. So actually, this whole piece is a little better. So if we're going to make this a nice presentation, we might as well make it a nice presentation, right? Put the best one on top. Then we're going to take a little syrup here. This is Butterworth's. And we're going to drizzle some syrup on these bad boys. And then we'll try it here. Cut a piece and see what they taste like. Not too bad. Not too bad at all.